There is an epidemic that I like to coin self-deprecating artists. It's artists who reject themselves. Let me explain. You can see these type of people in school, especially in high school when we become teenagers and we become too cool for stuff. Let's say you're in high school, you tell someone you're an artist, they're like, "Oh wow, your work is so amazing." But then they're like, "I can never do that. I'm not smart enough for that. I don't really have the skills." They're rejecting themselves. You didn't say anything. You said, "Oh, thank you for telling me." They rejected themselves. They have such a low view of their skills and capabilities that they don't think they could do something, something attainable to everyone objectively. Well, almost objectively. Why does this happen? I believe it happens because in Western countries, we're often told that everyone is something. Everyone has to be this because when we're young, we're told, what do you want to do in the future instead of who do you want to become? We identify with what we do for money so much that other things are out of our realm of possibilities, so we can become one dimensional. We become unholistic. We just become these mules working towards this one thing. If we don't have this one thing, life is meaningless. No, you're a human being. You're meant to live life to its fullest, not just become some doctor who just works for money 60 hours a week and doesn't like his life. No. Instead, for artists, instead of deprecating ourselves saying, oh, I can never get that good, this person's so amazing. Why? What's the benefit of that? Because rejecting yourself doesn't help anyone. It doesn't help the world. It doesn't help yourself. It only limits your capabilities because we suffer more in our minds than in reality. I mean, just to look around, we live in the best time possible. Those of us in the first world country, we live in the best time in human history. Resources are abundant, yet we're all sad, we're all depressed. We all don't go outside to touch grass. Explain that. It's our minds that are suffering because there's no longer outside wars, but there's a war within all of our minds. And so we create false realities that keep ourselves trapped because humans always need a problem. Problems aren't necessarily a bad thing, they're just something we need to solve, something we can work towards. And this self deprecating dilemma doesn't have to be one of them because by rejecting yourself, you just lower your capabilities. And when you reject yourself, you subconsciously create these scenarios and images and this idea that, no, I'm down here, I can't go up there. That's not for me, that's for other people. That's for the smart ones, that's for the geniuses, that's for the guy who's been doing art for 15 years. No, that's no benefit to anyone. That's not benefit to other people as well because when you self-deprecate yourself, other people retain your energy that you give out. And so other people get worse as a consequence. And so everyone's potential is limited. You see, the self deprecating artist isn't just about one person, it's about artists in general. Because when one artist lowers themselves, of course, another one can get lowered. So, what's the answer? We need to become well rounded human beings, not just focusing on our art 24/7, but instead thinking, how can I live my life to the fullest? Because of course, if you live your life to the fullest, your art becomes better. Because at the end of the day, what is art? Art is just a reflection of nature and the exaggeration of it, or the subtraction of it. Everything we consume, books, movies, other art, it's just a reflection of reality in some way, shape, or form. You can't create something that doesn't exist necessarily because reality and nature is what we have as a baseline. Everything is created off of nature, reality in some way, shape, or form. So, of course, if we better our perception of the world, we better our art, and if we better the perception of ourselves, most importantly, we can lift others up and create many movements around the world. We can create great projects that inspire people and change people because the earth without art is just, yeah, it's just whatever, you know. And what most artists lack is community and social connection and this accountability from others to really go 100% in life, not just art. And that's what I want to do here on this YouTube channel. If you're interested in more, click the first link in the description to talk directly to me and other artists who are building discipline, health, and wealth. See you next time.